Are we all fighting for our lives financially right now, or is it just me?
I literally just checked my bank account. I am so broke.
I'm literally broke. I don't have no money saved in my bank account. I'm young and I cannot buy a house because I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money to buy a house. And I'm super broke. I don't have no money saved and I work paycheck to paycheck to pay my rent.
Should you be buying a house in today's market, or should you be renting in 2024? For some of you, renting is going to be the better option, at least for now. Let me show you this example. There's a house in my allotment for sale for $404,000, and they're also willing to rent it for $2,600. So let's break down these numbers. If you buy this for $404,000, you're going to put down about $12,000. Another $12,000 in closing costs is going to be $24,000 cash up front to get your foot in the door.
Damn, that is just the upfront cost. And if you are on the other side renting, that will kind of cost you, let's say you had to do first and last month rent deposit, that will kind of cost you about $5,200. That's not a lot, compared to what you have to pay just to get to your foot in the door. Now compare all these other things, mortgage and all the other stuff. Let's see where the video is going.
Then your payment out the door with property tax and everything is going to be $3,500. And if you have a car payment, a credit card, or some student loans, you're going to need about $130,000 to qualify for this home. Now, if you go the renting route, it's going to be $2,600 a month. So you're going to have first month's and security deposit for probably $5,000 cash to get your foot in the door, $2,600 a month, and then 2.5 times your income is pretty typical. So about $80,000 to qualify. So you're going to save about $20,000 cash up front, and then you're going to save almost $1,000 a month. So in 2024, if you rent for the year and you make that $1,000 count and pay off some debt, pay off your car, or even save more for a down payment and wait for the interest rates to come down if and when they do. But this could be a good strategy because renting at the moment is actually cheaper than buying a house. So don't be afraid to look into that option.
Wow, this is crazy. That saying goes like you own nothing and you'll be happy. In this case, we'll be stuck paying rent for the rest of our life. In some cases, people can't even afford to pay rent because their rent keeps skyrocketing everywhere. I did a video on this a few weeks ago, and here's what people had to say about it in the comment section. My landlord is trying to charge me $3,300. I told him, fuck off. I'll be moving in my new place next week. $950 and I'm buying it. Damn, this is really a nice deal. You see these landlords, they're trying to jack up the price everywhere.
This is the worst.
So this is not to be pessimistic. I'm just a realist. But do not feel bad for doing what you have to do in this economy. I've been seeing people post about how they had to give up their new car or how they had to go back to a 9-to-5 after doing entrepreneurship, move back in with their parents. And I know that it sucks. I just wanted to stress to you that it's not your fault. It's really the economy. As a millennial who lived through pre-pandemic and then now, it was totally different. Yes, I was able to pay off my car, but my car note was $300 a month. It was only $16,000 for a brand new car at that time. You can't find a brand new car for that price anywhere. Another thing too, when I was paying rent, it was $800 back in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And that was for a 3-bedroom. That same apartment right now is $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom. House prices, I could literally write an essay. I could write a book. The interest rates, of course, were way lower, but the house prices were not crazy. I bought my house for $165,000. The houses in my neighborhood right now are going for almost $300K, which is crazy. I say all that to say you can't take accountability for things that are just simply not your fault. Jobs are not paying that much. The economy is going up. Eggs are $31. So when it comes to doing what you have to do to survive in this economy, do not feel bad. It's just a sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. I've been saying this over and over. Everyone should do whatever they have to do without feeling shame or guilty. If you have to do a voluntarily reposition, giving up something like a car to get by, just do it. For those who don't have the option of moving back with a parent, consider a friend. I know roommate sucks. It can be tough, but sometimes you have to let go of one thing in order to gain something. Sacrifices are necessary for survival. That's what it is in this situation. situation. Look at this comment down under the video. Girl, it is rough out here. I had to change back to an old phone to get a cheaper phone bill. I had to do a voluntarily reposition on my nice freaking car and to get an old car. I had to max out both of my credit card. My job ain't paying me now, so I'm currently looking for a second job. Damn, you see a lot of people doing 2 or even 3 jobs at the same time. This is crazy why you have to look for a second job in order just to feel comfortably. This is crazy. And nobody's calling me back. Damn, this is crazy. This is what do they call ghost job posting? Ghost job posting. This is what is happening right here. Grocery high as fuck. Spent $300 on absolutely nothing. Just today with $24 left in my bank account. Damn, this is crazy. Until I get paid back again on August 14. I absolutely cannot believe this is my life sometimes. Yeah, this isn't the kind of lifestyle everybody was imagining when we were in high school or college. And you have people saying the economy is doing all right. How aren't we in a recession yet? Huh? If anybody's saying the economy is doing all right, I don't know. They might be rich in disguise.
Are we all fighting for our lives financially right now, or is it just me? I have a good degree. I work 3 jobs. I budget the hell out of my money to an annoying obsession. I'm watching every single penny I'm spending because I'm trying to pay off all of my student loans. But times are tough right now. Man, I feel like the more you work, the more you have to pay for, and it's tough out there right now. I think I do well, and then I look at my bank account and I'm like, oh my God. Or I go to the grocery store and I'm like, oh wow, eggs are $10 again. Woohoo. Man, it is tough right now. And sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, because sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, oh my God, all these people I know are traveling and buying nice things, and I'm like, wow, how? Is there a secret? Someone help.
Whoa, 3 job? This is crazy. Right now, I'm making the most I've ever made. But somehow I feel like I can't keep up. I feel more broke than I've ever been. Make it make sense. Fighting for our financial lives, it is real. And it is tough knowing that I was living better when I was earning $20,000 or even less. Just look at the comment under this video. I'm a nurse and I can't even pay my fucking bill. It is beyond paycheck to paycheck. I get paid and it is instantly gone. I don't know what to do. Yeah, instantly gone within a week of hitting the bank account. Here's another comment. Making $70K a year isn't enough in this economy. Yeah, it is not even close, I'm telling you. $70K? I don't know. It is not even close. Here's another comment. Lack of money has destroyed my marriage, and trying to be financially responsible has been a case for me. Damn, this is crazy. That is heartbreaking. Financial stress can be overwhelming and take serious tolls on relationship. A lot of people are in the same situation, and balancing financials with everything in life feel like a constant struggle.
When is too late to live at home? Once you are in your mid-20s and still living at home, there's a problem. You should have graduated. Even if you did a second degree, you should be, by 25 or 26, gainfully employed and have some semblance of what you're doing in that stage of life. If you are on salary, I just don't think you should be living at home with mom and dad. I get there's rare situations, there's cultural differences, there's ultra-high cost of living areas, but I still would say your quality of life is going to be better if you move out and get your own place, even if you financially suffer a little bit.
What if you have debt? You're 27. You graduated with a master's, you got a PhD with debt, and you could live at home for 3 years. You're 30 years old, but you could wipe out all the debt.
Yeah. I don't think the stunted growth is worth the savings.
Really?
That person at 27 to 30, probably not going to have a girlfriend, probably not going to get married. And that's just anecdotal from what I've seen on the Ramsey show. It's always a guy who's just been babied by the parents. You stay as long as you want and just pay off your debt as you can, and it slows them down.
Nah. In some cases, that can be true. But live a life at the pace that works for you. Not some dude on internet telling you what to think or what to do. How would people move out when the rent costs about 60 to 70% of their income? one thing in your 20, you only have one thing to do is save as much as you can. And if you have debt that you have to pay it off, take advantage of staying with your parent while you're paying your debt. Also, people seem to be moving back with their parent with everything cost 3 or 4 times as much in the last 3 years. Let's look at the comment what people think or had to say about what this guy is talking about. I left early and it did nothing for me to be broke and alone in my early 20s. In today's economy, you have to live at home unless you get an opportunity. Yeah, you have to take an advantage. That's what people seem not to understand. They think, oh, people who are staying with their parents, they're just lazy. Nah, you have to take an advantage of that. When you're staying with your parent, you're not just staying there, but you're saving as much as you can, saving. If you have debt, let's say student loan, pay it off while you're still there. Let's say you finish college, like you're 25 to 26, by like 30. But that time, you're going to save a lot of money. And that time, you're going to be ready to move out. Not just move, boom, and he'll start struggling. Nah, that is what I'm not pushing. And here from Rico, he's like, I'm 26 and still live with my parents, saving a ton of money for when I'm ready to move out. I don't want to move out and I have no money saved. If something happened that I lose my job, or I still look for another job. Here, this is what I was saying, save ton of money, and when you are ready to move out, you feel comfortable. Even if you lose your job, you won't even feel the pressure of losing the job. Here's another comment. Moved out at 29. Best decision I ever made. I am years ahead of where I could have been if I have moved out sooner. Everyone will have their own pace. Make the best of it. Yeah, this is what I've been saying. Yeah, you can see a lot of people who are agreeing to this. You see over here, they are ahead of where they could have been. That's why I say, in this sense, we are not talking about staying with your parent for the rest of our life. But what we are saying is taking advantage of what staying with your parent and save as much as you can.
Have landlords lost their minds? My roommate moved out a few months ago, so I currently live in a 2-bed, 2-bath by myself. And the price that I am paying for rent for a 2-bed, 2-bath with 2 parking spaces is the same amount of money I would be paying for a studio in Los Angeles, California. I feel like our whole perspective is warped because I hear people talking about, oh, I found a studio for $2,000. What a good deal. I just can't even process what is happening with rent costs in LA and also around the whole country. How is anybody affording rent?
How's anyone affording rent? I wouldn't even think twice of moving up there. In some places, it's much higher, and especially in California, I wouldn't even think twice of moving up there.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Look at this. When you pay so much in rent, how are you supposed to save for a house? Yeah, when rent costs about 60 to 70% of your check, how you gonna be able to save? And a house start about $400K, and you have to pay 3% down payment and a closing cost, which bring you to $24,000 up front. Not to mention insurance and mortgage. Gen Z, we are totally fucked. We are the last generation. If anybody said the economy is doing all right, I don't know. Gen Z, we are totally fucked. I don't know what's going to happen to Gen Alpha. I don't know.
A mom took her adult son apartment hunting, and she quickly realized there was no way he could afford to live on his own. The mom, named Jess, explained in an appearance on the Drew Barrymore show that she was astonished at how unrealistically expensive rent prices have become. Her son had just graduated from college, was employed, and had moved home for a couple of months to save up enough money to get his own place. Seems reasonable enough, right?
Yeah.
But when they went out to actually find a place, sticker shock hit. Even studio apartments were extremely out of his budget. It isn't just Jess's son that's struggling either. Her oldest daughter called up saying that her husband was going to have to quit his job to take care of the kids because childcare was so expensive that they were spending more on it than he was earning. Jess's conclusion, we can't say that millennials are just lazy because they're working their butt off. According to a 2024 report by Credit Karma, nearly 1/4 of American renters say they can't afford their rent, and 38% of renters are sacrificing necessities so they can pay their rent.
Yeah.
And according to the Zumper National Rent Report, 1-bedroom apartments average $1,526 a month. And if we want to add in childcare costs, which are absolutely crippling families, Care.com found that the average family spends 24% of their household income on childcare. Financial independence has now become more more of a pipe dream than an achievable goal for young people nowadays.
Yeah.
It's disheartening that many young adults are now finding themselves stuck in this endless cycle of financial insecurity.
Guys, is this really shocking right here? Is this shocking? It's like we've been saying this for almost for years. Almost. We've been saying this for years. Then they wonder why this generation isn't having kids. We cannot afford it, and they're not addressing the real big problem here. According to the current trends, Gen Z is not having enough babies to replace the next generation. Data shows that both Gen Z and millennia are having fewer children than the previous generation, and this is leading to the concern that a declining in population due to low birth rate. Is this shocking, guys? Is this really shocking? Just look at this clip on how insane this childcare is.
When somebody tells you they can't afford to have children, this is what they're talking about. A woman in my town's Facebook group shared these daycare rates today, and she said, "How do you afford kids here? Because nobody knows how anybody is paying for this. For an infant for 5 days a week with 10 hours of care, it is $664 a week. That is just shy of $35,000 a year for one child. And the price does not drop that much when they hit pre-K here. It's $521 a week, which is about like $28,000 a year, okay? These are incredibly high rates for daycare. And of course, you could drop down to 9 hours a day or whatever it might be. But here's the thing. When you go to daycare, typically you're going to take the most hours because you have to commute to work, you have to commute back from work, and you have to work 8 hours a day. And unfortunately, when you miss pickup by 1 minute, they start charging you like $2 a minute. So usually it's more cost effective just to pay the higher rate for the 10 hours than to pay for the 9 hours, which is like crazy because it's 1 hour difference.
Here's a clip, someone giving us some tips on how to maneuver this inflation. Before ending the video, I thought I should include these clips. It might help some of you guys.
I moved out on my own when I was 19. I am now 25 years old. And I guess I just want to share some helpful tips on how I afford that in a very expensive, ever-changing economy. Big disclaimer, I make way less than $100,000 a year, so I don't want y'all to think that I have this big budget. I don't. I'm not sure if this is revolutionary information, but these are things that I just learned along the way. Number one, you gotta get creative when it comes to monthly bills and expenses. I pay $10 a month for internet. If you don't know, Comcast, Xfinity, they have a program called Internet Essentials, where basically to qualify, all you have to do is upload a document that shows that you get food stamps. I don't get food stamps because I don't qualify, but I just uploaded my application letter and they approved it within like an hour. Number two, if you're looking to move into an apartment, always ask about the workforce program. Basically, it's a rent controlled program that is, I think, federally mandated that requires apartment complexes to set aside a certain amount of units for people who make a certain amount of money. Luckily for me, I make right at that number, so I was able to get a very, very good rate for my apartment. But always ask because it's not usually listed on apartment websites. Always ask them about it. Number three, when it comes to furnishing your apartment, please do not go broke. Start tapping into apps like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. Facebook Marketplace has so many groups where they're just giving away things that they don't want that are in perfectly good condition. Do not sleep on liquidation warehouses. For my Atlanta girlies, I made a video about them on my TikTok before, but please look into Aria Furniture Warehouse. They're in Stone Mountain, Georgia. They delivered a lot of my furniture for me, already assembled, super sweet, great delivery rates, really affordable, good quality furniture. They brought me this desk and chair as well as this TV stand and the TV. I got the TV for $90, y'all. We're already at 2 minutes, y'all. So let me know if you want a part 2 with more helpful tips and I will do that for you.
Buy Nothing is a great app. And for anybody looking to reduce their monthly phone bill, I use Mint Mobile and it's been 3 years. It's a really nice service. They have 15, 20, and 25 monthly plan. That's and I pay yearly, which is a great thing. For anybody looking into that kind of stuff, ooh, this is gonna help you tremendously. I pay yearly and I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna pay my phone bill next month. I pay yearly, which is a great thing. For anybody looking into reduce their monthly plan bill, just go research about Mint Mobile. We've reached the end of this video, and if you do like this type of content, just don't forget to leave a like, comment down below what kind of content you want to see more in the future, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.